They'll be calling you a radical, so I want to talk about some of the final salmon numbers that come in. I was just arguing with some blog, crazy ass girl talking about these great, fantastic salmon numbers in Alaska are surging. She says, I said, surging. Up is down, black is white, yellow is blue, fucking green is dead red. I mean, if that's surging, so the Copper River's done pretty well over. That's 720,000. Oh, that's great. They had 800,000 last year, which was a horrific number. What was the projected number? 1.7 million. Coming to 7, that's good. Okay, so there's all kinds of, I mean, these crazy graphs, these numbers are going, I mean, they're bizarro. Some of the one-day runs from 0 to, I mean, but the bottom line in the aggregate, they're down 60-70% over the 10-year mean, and they're down even further than that over the projected numbers. So let's talk about the stillhead. And the reason the stillhead, they're on a life cycle. They go to sea multiple times. No one knows for sure, but they go for 2 years. So the stillhead, that run is over at the Willamette. Now, wait till you hear this number. You don't think this is a canary? So wait till you hear this number. 2,652 for the year. For the year. 10-year mean, 35,000. Projected number of 35,000. You heard me, 2,500. So, they're just late again on the Bonneville. Yeah, 4 years late. So the Bonneville number is sitting right now at about 15,000. They got a lot of ground to make up to get 250,000. That's the 10-year means, about 240,000. You heard me right, 14, 15,000. Now they got a ways to go, but they're going to come in probably 90% collapse also. Now remember, they go to sea for 2 years. So what does that say for, you know, the pasture, the Great Pacific Genocide? I mean, denial is not a river, it's a dead fucking Pacific Ocean. So, very epic, acute, dynamic, fucked up, whatever fucking verb, noun, adjective thing you want to fucking use. Now I'm going to post this. Patrick did this, you know, on the, he's tying this into the activists out of the Ukraine. So, you know, you can get caught up about Femen, which I did that in symphony with Femen. I know Femen, you know, but they go, Femen, you think they are new. Look, that female activism roots way back. You know, Chernobyl, Chernobyl, Chernobyl. So much, Chernobyl changed everything. And so, I'm going to post some footage of the, I won't butcher his name, the Russian who went in with his camera. Now, remember, I.A.E.A, I was in Vienna when I.A.E.A was killed in the Cairo. I was with Harold and Pravad and a bunch of other anti-nuclear activists in Pravad that knew I.A.E.A personally. I just spoke to him not very long ago. Now, I.A.E.A flew into Chernobyl. His friend had a helicopter, and they went in. They had no permission to go in, talk about risk their lives. So, you know, it's like Femen. You know, you don't agree, everybody fucking rejects. I mean, I'm like, finally, I mean, some good fucking old-fashioned radical fucking activists. I mean, we need radical activists with radical means. And just like she says, you know, we're not pulling out any guns or any violence. So the other footage that was shot right as the man, I mean, you look at this footage, Patrick did a really fantastic musical video with his original. He's such an incredible guitar player and composer. I mean, that's all original music he does. I mean, 100% original, you know, not with a studio, with his guitar. I mean, he's amazing. But this footage that, I mean, he went in and shot that footage that we get to see. I'll post it. Oh my God, 580,000 men entombed, you know, gave their lives entombing Chernobyl. Fukushima, they didn't entomb it. So he goes in there and shoots that footage. Now, so I found an article from 1987, New York Times. New York Times reported his death. He died within a year of shooting that footage. So people say, oh, cancer, Nuclear fallout can't kill you, you know, radiation poisoning, water, bullshit. It can kill you in about a matter of days, ahead of the Fukushima 50. It can kill you in 50 years, you know. It can, I mean, it's like cancer itself, the reverse lottery. But, so I emailed the New York Times today, found their email, and I says, send them that article. Back when you used to give a fuck. Back when you gave a fuck. You sell out whores. Look at you now. Look at you now. Look at the way you sold out. You know, it's unbelievably sad how they sold out. And so, that's the problem. The conscience of this country. No one gives a fuck. You know, I'm a radical activist. I do some radical stuff. But that's not out of hate, that's out of love. That's not out of war, that's out of peace. That's not out of fucking time, that's out of space. That's not out of fucking unconscious, that's out of conscious. That's not out of fucking hate, that's out of love. That's not out of fucking apathy, that's out of caring. You know, what happened? What the fuck happened to everybody? This fucking hater culture. Fucking. So, I gotta take my hat off, which I do. You know, I did that piece with the central line hanging out of my jugular vein in symphony with Femen right as they got going with I.A.E.A. She's a fantastic activist, I gotta tell you. So, when I'm in Vienna, I'm hoping they show up and we can do some work together in front of the UN. You know, so you can disagree with their means, my means, whatever means, but, you know, we go in. People sacrifice their fucking lives to be an investigative journalist, to record history. You know, the things that I've done, willing to give my life for this cause. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I would fucking do it in a second, which I have. I fucking risked my life. I mean, I've done some pretty fucking radical fucking things, but like not said, not out of hate, out of fucking love. So, you know, the media, alternative media, mainstream media, but they. There is no they, we're they. You know, we need to all look in the fucking mirror. You know, it's what we think is fucking bad is good, up is down. I mean, why do we think some girls taking their clothes off and taking on fucking organized religion, taking on the nuclear energy are fucking some kind anti? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I never asked anybody to fucking contemporize me. I never asked anybody to love me. Never asked anybody to even like me. You know, that's activists. We got a fucking job to do, and I probably need to get more radical. You know, I got some things planned. So, I had my appointment with the doctor today. So, it's 26, so we'll see how things go forward now, but, you know, these fuckers up the ante, we need to up the ante. We need to call them. You know, they go all in, we go all in. You know, fuck them. Fuck the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. And remember this about Femen, remember about the Ukraine. I mean, that piece that they did where they went into Chernobyl, you know, in 2012, I did in symphony with them with my central line. I held up my signs, killed by peaceful nuclear energy, I flipped my cards. That's the fucking greatest piece of fucking activism I think I've seen in fucking 30 years. You can disagree and hate. I love their sign, killed by peaceful nuclear energy. You know, they say the cancer of democracy. I say the democracy of cancer. So, the salmon have fucking collapsed. You can go in denial, you apathetic, consumo-based, air-sucking earthquake. Not me. Not fucking me, for the fight is the fucking life. One day at a fucking time. So, radical activism? Oh yeah, I love radical activists. That doesn't mean hate. That's love. That doesn't mean fucking wrong. No, that means right. That doesn't mean fucking apathy. No, that means the fight. I never asked any of you fuckers to like me. The people that supported me, fuck, I love every one of those. Without them, I don't do this. So, the Great Pacific Genocide's an epic collapse. You can go denial all the fuck you want about it. It's like a guy I told today, simply. Fukushima denier. So I say it like this. Here's what I say. Real simple. Real simple like. I say. So you mean to tell me that full blown out nuclear meltdowns, multiple meltdowns, water pushed on them for 2,330 days into the Pacific Ocean, there's no consequence for that? So you're telling me that doesn't matter? For every action, there's no reaction, and that doesn't matter. You're telling me that's okay. Everything's fine, and that's not going to cause anything. That's not going to do that. That's what you're fucking telling me. No, that's not what I said. So, okay, then wait, what are you saying? You saying they fixed it? No, I'm not saying that. Then what the fuck are you saying? You saying that it didn't happen? No, I never said that. It happened. You're saying these are not multiple meltdowns? No, I never said that. So you're saying they're not just from fresh water, they have no fan, they're just pushing the energy? I never said that. Then what are you fucking saying? Tell me what you're saying. I mean, you think this portion of the Pacific Ocean is not doing anything? You're fucking talking about the theater of the insane, theater of the apathy, theater of the ignorant. Fuck. Hello? So, he couldn't answer. Had no answer. Because it's just fucking denial. And all us activists are crazy, you know? Fuck. Who's fucking crazy? So, time to up the ante. I'll be up in the ante. These fuckers want a fucking war. They want to fucking try to get good. Fucking, like my little grandson. He was out there playing, the neighbor kid started throwing rocks. He runs in the house, gets his helmet. My two grandsons get their little swords on their dress, and he says, "Oh, them neighbor kids want a war? They got one," he says. I laugh so hard. That's why it's the nuclear industry. They want a fucking war? Here they come. They want a war? Let's fucking have one. Oh yeah, this will be good. They want a war? Let's fucking have one. And one last thing. All you guys that said, why were you fighting for these fanning goats? Whoever said I was. I'm fighting for the animals. I'm fighting for the kids. I'm fighting for the unborn. Stand tuned.